Welcome back, everybody, to the continuation of our Let's Play of Space Exploration and Krastorio 2. Today we're going to be focusing a little bit more on automating stuff that we can only make in space. And we kind of want to focus on this a little bit more so that later on we can fully automate the rocket setup so that we can order up whatever we need. And let's maybe start off with some of the basics. We do need a whole bunch of machines in space. And all of these machines in space have to be built at some point in time. Let me just put these rocket parts in there so that I have a little bit of space in my inventory to move around with. And let's pick up these machines over here. And we don't really have anything that we can say that is like a big assembly cluster yet. But I was kind of thinking of something. And let's see if we can make it happen. Because we don't really have a lot of requester chests. But we do have this lovely requester strongbox. And I think we can get away with something like this. Oh, yes, we can. Look at this. Oh, well, I didn't really expect him to make that, but that will be fine. But with this, we can make something like an assembly pattern over here, where we can request everything we need in the central chest over here, and make up to 8 items around it. And then, of course, we need to put that somewhere. Do we even have enough passive providers? Are there any passive providers in there? Answer is no. Let's get the steel from the belt. There we go. There we go. Good. But before we continue with that, I did read the comment section. I mean, this is now the first Sunday after a week, so I can record again. And I did check up on some things. One of you did suggest that it was probably possible to set 2 filters over here, and then this will be on half and half belt. I tested that. That didn't work for me. Unless I misunderstood, but I didn't really see from the get-go how you can set up a space loader over here, or a loader in general over here, so that they can fill up half belt. So let's keep it like this for now. And then, of course, very important, you guys were very creative again with naming the ship, but there was one name out there that just absolutely rung with me, because, yes, we're going to call it the Jack O'Neill, because Jack O'Neill, the character Jack O'Neill from Stargate SG-1, is just such an absolute lovable and adorable idiot. It really made me think about Stargate SG-1 again and how amazing that series was. Even though the last 2 seasons were a bit but overall Stargate was bloody amazing. And so we're gonna call this one the Jack O'Neill, because I think that's a really, really great name for that thing. Good! So, let's continue on with space automation. What we do need is a whole bunch of passive provider chests. And we need some greens and some reds for that. There they are. Oh, there's a whole bunch of green and reds in there. Perfect. And make some passive provider chests. So with something like this, we could make something like an assembly. Let's see if we can get a couple of these in here. This will just be like the initial way for us to make things in space. And look at that. Perfect. This will get us going for a while. I do have like another strong box over here and another strong box over there. And with this, we can at least automate everything we need to make in space. And we can just put it over here into the logistic chest. We could technically also do all the stuff that we do over there, over here. But with this, at least we have something like a bit of a setup going on. And that will get us going. So I think this is fine. It's also all powered. The only thing that's missing is a bit of lamps. So let's give this a bit of lamp. There we go. Here we go. And then, ooh, out of range. There we go. Good. That should be fine. And then, of course, the other way around, it would be something like this, that, that. And then we can do something like this. Oh, that goes into both of them. Yeah, okay, maybe not like that then. That was a little bit too eager, I guess. But we could do something like this, that, add this, that. At this, and then just use a blue hand inserter. Here we go. Look at this nice little assembly pattern over here. Now this chest over here does have to share for all of the other machines around them, but that will be fine. One of the things we definitely want to make at some point in time is the space manufacturer and stuff like that. And I do want to make at least a couple more of these chests over here. We're now missing even more steel. Can we get some? There was 71 steel in there. Wow. It's 50 in there. Let's steal some steel and let's make some more of these, so that we at least have this available. We can set this up from space. We can set this up from remote if we need to. So we don't really need to be on top of this right away, but doing it like this is perfectly fine. There we go. Let's craft those chests in my pocket. Good, but yeah, we're gonna need things like space manufactories. We're gonna need things like biochemical facilities, thermodynamics machines, plasma generators, everything. Fluid instrumented generators. I don't think we need those. Can we make those only in space? No, we can make this anywhere. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of machines we still need to make, and maybe some other stuff. But with this, at least we have the capacity to make such a thing happen. Good. In the meantime, another thing we probably have to set up is some kind of automation. And if you want to transmit a signal between two surfaces, you have the signal transmitter and the signal receiver. I've already researched these a while ago. I probably did that off camera, but the research is pretty common. It is pretty much rocket technology. It comes shortly after the rocket silo, and with this you can send signals between two places. Now, first of all, we are going to need the transmitter, and second of all, we are going to need something like a signal. Are my wires still in here? My wires are still in here. Perfect. So what do we need? We're gonna need something like this. That's usually how I do it. There's probably other ways to do it, but this is usually how I do it. I want to know the total amount of stuff that we have in our warehouse, in our cargo landing pad, and what's going in between the cargo landing pad and the warehouse. Now, you could say we could just hook up over here and read the logistic network. Yes, that's true, but that number will fluctuate all the time. And I would rather just read the hands over here. So we set these to be always enabled and always read the hand contents. So we always know what's in the rocket silo over here, or what's in the cargo landing pad over here, what's in the hands, and what's in the silo over here. So that we can accurately fill up our, there we go, our space platform with materials that they require. Good. So this thing over there is in. We're going to leave that as it is. That is a really, really nice pattern as well. Good, good, good. And then we're going to pick up these again. I'm going to leave the red and green circuits in here. I don't think we need them. Good. And then very important, of course, you do need to give this a channel. And this is going to be space platform. Space platform. Cargo hold or something like that. There we go. Just give it some nice name. Good. So this thing over here will now always transmit the signal. If we would put down the receiver on the other end, oh god, this thing is big. If we would put down this receiver somewhere, and we would set it up to the same signal as this one over there, we would receive the signals that thing is sending. But sadly, we don't have the space over here. Good. And then there's one more thing we want to do before we do anything else. Let's get some space platform scaffolding. Ooh, that's still happening. Nice. And let's turn this into a little bit more of a workspace. There we go. There's one more thing we want to do, and that's over here. There is a recipe in here for stacking cargo rocket sections. Now, we will be shooting up rockets over here all the time. And the rocket parts will start to pile up over here. So we need to put them somewhere for now. Sometime later, and that is really just sometime later, we will automate the transport back by just shooting back rockets. But for now, we're just going to pack them down and move them somewhere else. We can actually already do it like this. And then just put them in like some chests like this. There we go. And this way around, we can stack like 5 of them, like in a single spot. And we can just keep this one going over here for a while. And then we don't really need to worry about rockets at the for a while. I mean, we will be visiting the platform every now and then, either way. And when we do, we can just pick up those rocket parts, bring them back down to Novice, and reuse them when we see the need of it. Good. So this place over here, I think, is ready for automation. So I think it's time for us to go back. And if you remember, once we go back, we will probably land somewhere hostile. And we will probably have to make a run for it. Let me just put some stuff in here that we definitely do not need, like these inserters. Here you can have the lamps. And then let me pick up the things that we definitely don't need in space, like these guns. The med packs, I'll take those with me. And I think you can keep everything else. There we go. Oh, actually, no, wait. I'm forgetting one thing. We need to do one more thing. And that's the recycling facility. We are shooting up barrels non-stop into space, and we need to do something with them. And I have the perfect idea for that. And actually, now that I think about it, we can do it like this, and we can do it like that. We do still have one more requester chest, and I think I'm just going to use this for that. We're going to place it over there. This thing over there is going to be turning barrels into steel plates. And those steel plates, those will just go back into here. And then the only thing we need is one of these. And the only thing that you request is empty barrels. All of it. There we go. There we go. Good. I've already set up like a passive or no, a requester chest over here for the lubricant. We might move this up a little bit at some point in time, but for now, this is fine. With this, we have at least something of a little setup going on over here. And with this, we can also keep making steel. Good. So let's go back to Novice and see where we land. I also put some of these random capsules I found in my pocket over here. Can we set the target? No. Well, let's hope it will not be too bad. Oh god, it's bad, it's bad, it's bad. Fly away! Where the fuck am I? Wait, did we also not lose like half of everything in my inventory? I think we did. It was expensive. That was very expensive. Where am I even? Oh, I'm all the way over here. Good God. We should probably check what we can do so that we don't have to do emergency burns anymore. Also, you might have seen in the bottom left, there's a corona mass ejection coming our way. Yeah, we're just gonna let that happen. But let's have a look. There we go. Space capsule navigation. Unlocks the ability to use the space capsule for personal transport. Rocket sections can be added. Let's see what we can do with that and see if we can fix that up at least. Good. There we go. There we go. All the way over here, please. Good, 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 good. Also, you might notice that my camera is mirrored. The reason for that is my camera is over there. My monitor is over there. And if I would not mirror it, I would be looking over there all the time. And looking in that direction, like all the time, like looking away from the center of the screen is just a bit weird. Good, 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 good. So, logistic automation then. We've already set up something over here. And let's see if we can fix up the rest of it. We've already prepared some belts over here, but I don't think we need those, but we will see, we will see. Step number 1, we need to receive that signal. There we go, it's over here. It doesn't really matter where this thing is. It just needs to be somewhere. It does need to be powered. There we go. And we can hook it up. If we take the green signal out, you will see that's all the signals we have in the space platform. That is exactly what we need. And now we need to figure out what we need to load into here so that we can automate everything up in space. And that thing is going to be pretty darn easy. We could use this area over there. What we need is a resulting signal that we can use over here to set up the logistic buffer request. And we do need, and I think I'll have to pocket craft some of those real quick, because I think they're either still in space or they're somewhere else. I'm not quite sure. But we do need some constant combinators and stuff like that. So we need some green circuits, we need some copper, we need a whole bunch of stuff. There we go. Let me just pick up some copper from all the way over here. And by copper, I mean copper wire, of course, and copper wire is something we have. There it is. Well, not a lot, but a bit. There's probably more over there. And there we go. Good, that's in. I mean, we could try the umbrella at least. Maybe we're lucky. Maybe we are lucky. But let's make some constant combinators. We also need some of these and some of those. And then we need more copper cable. No problem. We can find more copper cable over here. Here it is. Good. And then we go all the way over here. There we go. And then we can set up something over here. So, these constant combinators over here. I'm just going to put down a couple of them, like 5. These constant combinators over here, these will be having the signals of the stuff that we want on the platform. For example, we do know that for certain recipes, let's just do it for the recipe over here for space science pack. We need processing units. So what we do want in space is, for example, to always have something like 500 processing units. We will probably be tweaking these numbers over time. But let's just go with the example of processing units. And then, of course, what else do we need? Solid rocket fuel and stone. Space transport belt and cosmic water we make in space. So we're just going to put in the stone. And let's say we also want 500 stone. And rocket fuel. We also want 500 rocket fuel in space. Good. Then, first thing first. We want to negate this. We also probably want to put this to power somehow. Can we do something like this? There we go. That's better. Good. We want to negate this. So each signal that's coming in, we multiply by -1. Well, we actually don't need to negate this if we just negate it here. Now that I think about it, it might be a bit weird if you think about it that we have a negative signal over here, but trust me, this is how you do it. So this over here, this tells us how much we want in space, and this over here tells us how much we have. And actually, now that I think about it, we don't need to negate this. We need to negate the other part because we want to negate what we have with what we want. There we go, to make the correct offset. And what we have, we know that comes out of here. So we take the signal that comes out from over there. We negate this one. Here we go, multiplied by -1. So that's everything in space going into here. And it's coming out as a negative signal over here. And then we just combine it with the stuff that we want, which is all of this. And then the resulting signal over here will tell us what we need to order up. And we can see over here, we see a whole bunch of negative signals. Those negative signals we can ignore. We can even do something like this. We could put a filter on top of that. Like the Side combinator. If each signal is larger than 0, we output each signal. This way, we clean up the transmission a bit, and then we look at this, and it tells us over there we need 225 rocket fuel in space. Now, if we now take the signal over here and hook it up with the requester chest, that will then be ordering up 225 rocket fuel that we then could put into the requester chest. However, we do have this belt over here, so instead of doing that, we will probably be hooking it up over there. And that does mean that we need to filter out the rocket fuel signal somehow. And we can do that quite easily. So, let's just take the next step. There we go, there we go, there we go. Let's remove you. Let's combine you over there. We do need a little bit of power pole coverage over there so that we can get the wire over. There we go. And then we can do the following. We can do something like this. We can take a decider combinator. The decider combinator only checks for rocket fuel, for example. Rocket fuel, if it's larger than 0, we output rocket fuel. Then we're gonna need something like this, a combinator. This will yet again be, wait a minute, we can just take this one. This one will yet again be a negation unit. There we go. And then we need the overall resulting signal. This is going to be a little bit more complicated. This thing over there is going to be a filter. For example, we are going to take the green signal, the green wire signal. We're going to put it in over here. That will filter out only... Oh, wait, input count. This will filter out the rocket fuel signal. So everything past here is only the rocket fuel signal. We can then do the following. We can then negate that signal. And then we have the negative offset of that. And now, how do we do this? We probably want to put in something like... You might think this is a bit crazy, but this is more or less just a one-way signal transmission over here. Because we want to use this for a cleanup signal. Because with this, we now should have... Wait, not like this. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, with this, we should now have a 0 signal over here where we don't have rocket fuel in anymore, but we still have the rocket fuel signal over here. Imagine if we now, for example, add over here something like, doesn't matter what, for example, we want heat pipes in space. This is just an example. We will see over here that we will be recording or ordering up 1,000 heat pipes. But at this point over here, we do not order up 1,000 heat pipes and rocket fuel anymore because the rocket fuel signal is now over there and not over here anymore. Which means we can use this signal over here of the rocket fuel. And now we have to be a little bit careful. Yeah, actually do it like this. That'll be fine. So if the rocket fuel signal, and now we have to find rocket fuel, there we go, is larger than 0, then we open this thing up. And this thing over there, oops, this thing over there does not exist anymore. There we go. So now we start putting in rocket fuel over here. But this will never end. This will now fill in rocket fuel non-stop, and this signal over here will not be affected. So actually, let's stop doing that real quick. Because we now probably put in way too much rocket fuel over here. We need to tell this one over here to stop at some point in time. And that's where we take a signal from over here. We can always pick up a signal from over here and check how much is in the rocket silo. And that's going to be very important for later on. Because we now need to decide what's in the rocket silo and then negate that again with the stuff that we want to order up. So currently we send out a positive signal of the stuff we want to have in the rocket, and we can then send out a negative signal of the stuff that we have in the rocket. So for example, I could just take this one again, copy paste it over, it's now negating again, and we combine U up with this. No, not like that, and U up with that. And what's happening now? Wait a minute. Rotate. There we go. The panic rotate. What's happening now is we do send out a negative rocket fuel signal. Yeah, it needs to be positive. There we go. We just have to flip this one over. So only if the signal is positive, that means we have we are missing items in the rocket over here, then this one will open up. And then there's a little bit of a belt buffer over here. That's fine. That's fine. It doesn't really matter. We should probably clean this up a little bit more and make it a little bit more clear than that. But this is definitely a fine way of doing it. We're going to research all of the space machines. And then we're going to automate them in space at some point in time. So, in a nutshell, we take the information of what we have in space. We negate that. We offset that with the stuff that we want to have in space. If we get a positive signal, that's good. That positive signal then gets offset again by the stuff we have in the rocket. And if there is still a positive signal left after that, that means we are missing stuff in the rocket. If the stuff is already in the rocket and we miss the stuff in space, then we don't load additional stuff in the rocket. So we don't really overload the rocket too much. We still overload the rocket a little bit because of this part of the belt over here. So actually this block over here should probably be over there. And also because of hand sizes of stack inserters, we will always be a little bit over the stuff that we actually demand. That's perfectly fine. We will be using it up either way. But with that, we have a simple setup. And it already looks very, very complicated because everything is spread out as this is. I'm kind of thinking about maybe just ripping this thing out and making it more clean. I guess this is probably a thing I should do. Because if I want to explain this again, next episode, we're going to have to do that. Because this over here is already way too complicated. Instead, yeah, that's definitely what we're going to do. We're going to rip this thing out, we're going to place it over there, and we're going to make it clean. Or maybe even place it, oh, we're going to place it over here. We are going to place it over here. And we're going to make it a clean build. Which means everything that's going in via belt over there, that will go into a chest instead. And then we'll just let the bots pick it up for us because we are going to be lazy. And we're not going to belt feed this thing over here. Sure, let's do that. Let's do that. So, but if you've already seen what we're doing over here in a nutshell, you already know where this is going. But definitely check out the next episode if you want to see the fully operating system. And this is also pretty much what we did in the previous episode, or in the previous playthrough, where we set up rocket automation. Good. Anything else we need? Not really. We can now also have quick peek over here at our space platform. There it is. Ooh, there it is. What I've planned for these things over there. And let's start over there with you. Because you are going to make the space manufactories. There we go. You do need cosmic water for that. So actually, let's maybe do that over there. The space manufactory, because we've got cosmic water over there. And then, oh, I'll take this. And do we have some underground pipes? I don't think we have underground pipes. Do we have underground pipes? No. Of course we don't. There we go. There we go. Good. And then we just order up the stuff that we need over there. We can't shift left click, shift right click all of these in there, but we can shift left click, shift right click most of them in there. And then we just use this over here as more or less something like an assembly pattern. For all the big space machines that we need. Now, let's just hope that we can make these in... Shit. Of course. Of course it is. We have to remake this. This will still work for the bigger machines, I think. Will it work for the bigger machines? I don't think it will work for the bigger machines. The smaller machines over here will be fine. I might just move all of this over here into a ring of these smaller machines over here. But things like the biochemical facility over here, we need to make in a space manufactory. The thermal radiator, that's also made in a space manufactory. All of them are made in a space manufactory. Which means this little setup over here is not good enough. We could combine them. Oh, I see something nice. Let's get the space manufacturer there. Ooh, these are freaking big. Did they enlarge them? Were they always this size? I kind of have the feeling they made them bigger. What we could do is just take out this machine, this machine, this machine, and this machine. And then just place like these over here. So that way we have the combination of big machines and small machines. The small machines can make things like pipes and stuff like that. Whereas the big machines make the things only the big machines can do. Are you still loading up? We definitely need to increase the stack and insert the hand size. It's taking forever. Yeah, that's gonna be some issues we're gonna face. Okay, so this plan over here, terrible plan. We need to redo this one. And actually, let's immediately pick these up and send them off. There we go. There we go. Yeah, that can go. This can go. This can go. That can go. And for now, you know what? For now, just make 2 of these. There we go. Just keep moving like that. We're gonna need space assemblies either way, so let's just start making some space assemblies. Good. Good. That will be fine. That will be fine. Perfect. So, if you do like what you see, please do leave a like, a follow, a comment, a subscription. Every one of those actions will help me out in growing this channel into something bloody amazing. You can also find me on twitch.tv/BoldViking, where we do even more Captain of Industry, RimWorld, GTFO, and the occasional Factorio, hopefully soon again. And without further ado, I wish you all an amazing evening, and until next time, see you around!